Hello, hombres. My name's L.A.zy. Welcome all back to the letter. Now, before I start, I have to confess it took all of my courage to start up the game again because I got so terrified by the tiniest introduction of what's gonna come up next, and whew, it's gonna take a lot out of me. So basically, what happened in the last episode? Our main character's best friend has disappeared, and she left us a haunting phone call. So, and that phone call told us to go into the attic. And before we actually went up there, I will admit, I chickened out and saved it. I wanted to record the episode a couple of days after. Hell, I even wanted to record it yesterday, but again, like I said, I chickened out. So, let's get into this. How deep inside the mansion the attic is, there's barely any signal there. No wonder I can't contact her. But why is she there? Out of all places, she just has to make me go fetch her in the creepiest room of this place. Is she doing this to get back at me for being late? Whatever, I'll just go. The sooner I meet up with her, the sooner I'll feel better about being here. I carefully make my way up the staircase. My legs wobble as I mentally curse the fact that I've chosen real estate instead of picking a career that doesn't involve strange abandoned houses. Upon reaching the top, the grand hallway greets me. Oh boy. It branches out to two major wings of the mansion, the east and the west wing. There are two attics here on each side, two of them, and there's one with the open door. Oh boy, oh boy. But the east one has been covered into a storage room of sorts, and somehow I find it least likely for Rose to wander there by herself. Besides, she never did like going to stuffy storage rooms. Oh Jesus, even the tiniest sound could cause ah shit, I missed the... Inside is another set of steps leading to the second attic. Like the grand staircase though, the stairs to the attic area is steep and narrow, made of old stones and covered with a thick coating of dust that kicks up into the air with every step. Thank God it's still daytime. Even if it's daytime, it's not gonna stop the ghosts from appearing. If it wasn't for the light streaming through the door behind me, I might easily stumble and fall. How old the place is, there are no light fixtures to illuminate the grand passageway up. It seems pretty illuminated to me. I think it's probably because of the daylight out of the windows. Why didn't they bother to add one here when they renovated escapes? Sheesh, they did it with the rest of the house. Oh, so that was the sound. It was from the game, and I thought there was something downstairs creeping up. A small bedroom welcomes me at the end. Oh my goodness. I saw this in screenshots, and that sound does not help matters. It looks exactly as it did since the last time I've been here. Full of dust, worn out, and faded by time. You know what I want to save, just in case. Odd, I thought they cleaned everything. Did the crew miss this room? Ugh, the cleanliness is the least of my concerns right now. The more pressing matter is Rose. She's not here. Was it dreaming when I talked to her a while ago? Tim is here. No, it couldn't have been a dream. After all, the creepy ambience of this estate is doing such a remarkable job of making sure I stay alert and awake. And I'm sure she said she's here. Is this a prank? Or maybe that phone call was Rose's last message to me before the curse got to her. Ugh, shut up, brain. You're not helping. It's not helping me either because I'm shaking like hell. Don't make this scarier than it already is. But she's not here. Where is she? Oh boy. What the hell was that? That's it. I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. Must have angered the spirits living here. I knew disturbing this mansion was a bad idea right from the very start. But nobody listened. Be fucking realistic, they said. They think I'm cuckoo because I believe in curses and ghosts and all that. Me and my outlandish backwater country beliefs. I've always strived to be a model employee, but not this time, no. Turning back for the sake of my sanity. Brea Realty can find another agent who's more fucking realistic to tour people around this haunted house. Before leaving, I take one last look at the gloomy old room, just to check.
Huh? What's this?
Oh my god, don't tell me. My worries about Rose's whereabouts must have caused me to miss it when I first entered the room. There's clearly something on the floor. It looks
A
like...
letter?
Oh no, this is the one from the screenshots that I saw, lying on the ground just a couple of inches away from my feet. Out of sheer curiosity, I lean down and pick it up. Strange. I don't recall seeing this the last time I was here. A few days back, me and my few other agents inspected the mansion to prepare for the day. I had been the last look inside the attic and leave, and they certainly hadn't been here before. So I must have left in this room since then. Bros leave this for me. The ominous music is kicking up. Was she here a while ago? Couldn't have missed her though, could I? There's only one set of stairs leading to the attic. But it isn't exactly in pristine condition. In fact, it looks rather ancient. The paper's so thin and rough, I'm worried it'll fall apart if I so much as touch it. With great care, I open it, and what I read shakes me to my core.
What? Oh my god.
Oh boy, yes, it is from the screenshots. And with this, we're probably gonna meet the residents. The real residents of this place. Thank God it was only off. I think what the words help me fills the page. All of a sudden written with a crimson shaded pen. Or blood. I gulp. The same phrase just goes on and on until... Send this to 5 people. Or else.
Send this to 5 people or else. Or else what? Or else what?
I want to know. As quickly as I can, I scan the back of the paper and pick up the envelope to make sure I'm not missing out on the second page. But there's nothing.
No. Oh, please, no.
My hands tremble as dread creeps over me. I'm suddenly getting colder. I need to get out of here. Holding the paper in half, the sight that greets me next has frozen me on the spot. A pair of blood-soaked feet enters my field of vision, covered in gaping wounds, with skin eaten away to real flesh, bone, and all manner of things one is meant to see. It's too much. All of it is too much. I want to cry, call for help, but the words catch in my throat. Even my feet won't move, completely paralyzed out of terror. Be brave, look up. I need to face it. Whoever, whatever these people belong to, I need to face it. If I'm going to die, they're going to kill me. At least I don't know what my killer looks like. A cold comfort. So with a deep breath, summoned every ounce of courage I have left in me and shift my gaze upwards. Oh, that's creepy as hell. No, please don't hurt me. Oh, that smile's not comforting. Oh my god. Without thinking, I scrambled towards the door. I struggled to open it, but I won't budge. She's creepy.
Stay away! Go away! Please, Lord! Make it go away!
Why now? Why won't it open now? My heart sinks as reality dawns in. I'm locked in. Locked in with that thing.
Let me out! Let me out! Lord, please, let me out!
Jesus. It slowly approaches me as I wrench the doorknob violently back and forth. Please? Yes! The door finally swings open and I couldn't have been happier. Wasting no time, I leap out the door and don't look back. My feet pound against the floor in rhythm with the loud, fast beating of my heart. By the time I run past the hallway and find myself atop the grand staircase, my chest feels so tight like it's going to burst. That's nothing compared to the feeling of hope inside the exit gives me. Racing downstairs, a breathy laugh escapes me and my shoe slips and I find myself falling. Until my back hits the ground, pain racks my body. Oh, come on, seriously, at this time. My head grows fuzzy and my vision dims as I fight to stay unconscious.
Go away.
Last thing I see are those feet, before all I know is darkness. So this letter is a cursed pattern. Chain letters. Oh, we got an anime next show! Oh, that's a relief for what I just experienced.
Write off your loss, send letters.
Like a typical anime opening. Jesus, that was creepy. Oh, I hate Asian ghosts so much.
So your life fades away as I wither in this world.
Okay, I think this guy's Zachary. That's Ashton. He's the guy with the gun on the front page. Seven characters. The letter. And we are given choices to save them. Yang Yang Mobile. A buzz breaks the silence. I start to rouse, pulled into consciousness against my own will. I never felt this tired before. I just want to sleep, but the insistent buzzing, poking, and prodding isn't letting me. My old mattress may not be the comfiest of places, but that doesn't make me any more eager to wake up.
5 more minutes, Becca.
I swat away and was nudging persistently at my side. Come on, can't you just get a few extra minutes of sleep today? I promise I'll work hard once I'm up. Hand lightly taps my cheek, and something cold suddenly being pressed at the back of my head. The icy sensation slowly spreads throughout the area, giving me an uncomfortable feeling.
Is she alright? Isabella? Isabella? Stop. Can you hear me? Isabella?
Coming too. We're still here. The fog immediately lifts from my mind the moment I recognize the voice and my eyes snap open. Rose! She's alive and well! They're looking down at me, Rose. Jesus Christ, where the fuck were you? Another woman loiters beside her, but my attention is too focused on my co-agent to even ask why there's someone else with her. Rose's posture just screams worry, although she's keeping a straight face, or trying at least. Can't help but feel bad for making her fret. A wave of dizziness washes over me as soon as I try to get up, forcing me to lie back down again. Luckily, the feeling subsides after a few seconds, until only a mild throbbing somewhere at the back of my head remains. With a little assistance from Rose, I push myself upright. She hands me a nice bag of gestures for me to press it where I suspect a small bump had already formed. If the light ache in the area indicates anything.
Alright, Isabella, where are we?
The Ermengarde mansion. Why? Ow, my head.
She hit herself pretty hard when she went down the stairs.
And the date today?
October 21st? Rose.
Last one. Can you count to 15 in reverse order?
15, 14, 13, 12 teen. No, that's wrong.
12? Seriously?
Why are we doing this?
She's just checked if your injury is in any way serious.
She sounds like a serious lady. This time I curiously regard the woman standing beside Rose. It's possible to overlook her, with the way she towers over us. And I thought Rose was already tall. Who is she anyway? One of the remaining cleaning crews. How primly dressed she is. I don't think anyone would want a cleaning suit. Expensive suit at that. Gloves alone must already cost a fortune. Her eyes slowly shift between me and Rose, considering us with an almost unreadable expression. We're finally fixing a sharp gaze on me. Can't help but fold my arms protectively over myself as she does so. She may be far from a cleaning crew, but she certainly looks like our supervisor during evaluation.
Just do it, please.
I eyed them both warily, but recite everything that she has asked. Rose releases a breath of relief once I'm done.
You scared me for a moment there. I was about to call for an ambulance.
We're fucking sick about you, especially from that phone call. God damn it.
Are you alright?
Well, my heart is calm again, but damn. I hate ghosts like that. Desperation soon replaces the dull ache. Memory's a little fuzzy, but the attic and...
There was someone, Rose. In the attic.
Someone? You mean a client? Oh, that's unlikely. It's probably just one of the cleaning crews.
One of the cleaning rooms that had a messy haircut, very eastern gaze, a stanky leg, or maybe a broken leg, I don't know, and wanted to kill the fuck out of us. I really doubt it.
The boss sent a few of them back this morning for some last minute...
No, not any of those. They're, I'm not actually sure.
How about we refrain from even saying that it was a ghost? Because I doubt they will believe us.
Wait, didn't I call you? You said you were in the attic when you answered. That's why I went there in the first place.
Let me guess, they're gonna say you didn't make such a call. Both Rose and Lily look at me, I've just grown another head. Did I say something weird? Yeah, probably the fact that Rose called us and she didn't. Rose quickly cast an apologetic smile at the woman before the awkward silence stretches on further. It's her saleswoman's smile, the same one she taught me back when I was still a trainee. She showed us to troublesome clients just to avoid trouble in general, she advised. It's also the same one she gives me when I've done something particularly absurd that may cause to lose this potential state. Yeah, it's because the absurdity of what we said, didn't we? Her eyes are serious when she turns back to me. She takes both of my shoulders, gently squeezes it. I wish she had as much patience as she can muster.
As much as I'd love to have gotten at least a heads up of your arrival, I didn't really get a call from you.
Bullshit, we called you 5 times in the last episode.
You know, signal here is absolutely horrendous. I was in the garden earlier and couldn't even make a single call.
Yeah, then I guess it was pretty much the ghost who called us.
Isabella, I'm going to ask again. Are you really alright? What happened?
You're not gonna believe us anyway, so don't bother asking.
I don't know. It's all a bit blurry. I remember I was looking for you, but you weren't in the attic. And there's whoever it is. Then I must have tripped on a rug or something on the way down. Oh no. Do you think someone came in while you were out? You left the main door open. We are so going to get into big trouble if something gets stolen, Rose.
Perhaps it is a concussion.
Are you sure you feel fine? We could still call for an ambulance. I could cover for you.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay, Rose. I can work.
Wait. Hold your horses, Rose. I can't just miss an important sale because of a minor bump in the head. An extremely minor bump. I had worse when I was a kid. This is nothing.
Besides, if I leave, you'll have to shoulder everything in the open house. Alone. And in a mansion this big?
Well, there's also the part where I may lose that bonus BRC promised, but that's completely beside the point. Rose gives me a skeptical look when I return the cold compress to her, pushing myself off the floor. I have to use the staircase railing to steady myself, otherwise I feel fine.
See? I'm A-okay.
Two of them exchange the worried glance, and Rose assumes a contemplative look. By my lower lip in suspicion if she says no.
Alright, you in.
A smile threatens to slip out from me.
If I see that you aren't feeling well, I'm taking you personally to the nearest clinic to have you checked. Clear?
Oh, there's a journal. Only now noticed it. We're looking for a missing co-agent. Isabella Santos found a mysterious letter on Montgomery's mansion attic. Driven to fear by what she read inside, thinking it's the place's curse at work, she hurried to leave the place, only to meet timeline profiles. There isn't anything on Rose. Oh, wait. Hannah. That woman? No. Zachary, Marianne, Ashley. We know Becca, so that either could be Hannah or Marianne. This woman here.
Clear as day, ma'am. Thanks, Rose.
Jesus. If that ghost's gonna pop out like this through this entire game, heart attacks are gonna be had.
You insisted. But remember what I said. First sign of you looking not okay, and we're off. No questions asked.
Alright.
It's just a small bump. Don't worry.
You shouldn't downplay these kinds of things. It could be a serious injury for all we know.
It's only a small cough sounds against the walls of the floor, interrupting our banter. The woman is looking expectantly at the two of us, her stare making me shrink back a little on myself. She isn't really intimidating. Well, she is, but not in a scary negative way. Far from it, actually. Her demeanor simply commands an air of sophistication and respect. In a different world, a younger me would have probably wished to be like her. At a lack of response, she coughs again, lifting a well-trimmed eyebrow out at me in the question. Words get caught in my throat at sight of it, and Rose, as usual, is swift to catch my blunders.
My sincerest apologies, Mrs.
Miss McCulloch. Marianne McCulloch.
Marianne McCulloch, so it is Marianne. Pleasure to meet you. You look badass. Marianne McCulloch, Trilly Rose Designs, interior designer, colourxmail.com. Ooh, Chan's Rose for business card. The words interior designer catch my eyes before my partner flips it over. Oh, probably someone interested in the mansion for 17th century influences then. I'll hold it against her, though. Despite the hearsays and remaining uninhabited for years, the mansion's original fittings and furniture were kept completely intact and restored to pristine condition. I suppose some people find that trip to the past feeling appealing. After all, with what it offers, this place could also be a haven for people looking to live somewhere with a classic historical charm, and with a murderous, creepy as fuck ghost roaming the hallways searching for new prey.
Miss McCullough, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We're just ironing out a few things, but we'll be starting the tour soon enough.
Oh,
In the meantime, we've prepared some refreshments for you in the parlor while you're waiting. If you could please...
Thanks. There's no need for it, though. I just stopped by for a quick survey of the place.
is she Scottish or Irish? She definitely has an accent, but I can't tell which one it is. McCall, though, starts with MC. It probably could be Irish, but I could be wrong for everything that I say, so don't take my word for it.
I thought I should check the estate before I meet with the homeowners.
Rose's confusion is impossible to miss when she glances at me. I turn with an equally perplexed look, and against my better judgment, I blur out the first question that comes to mind.
I'm sorry. Homeowners?
Chef kept my mouth shut. A flash of irritation crosses her face, but instantly disappears under a mask of professional detachment.
Yes. Hannah Wright?
I was hired by her to handle the interior design for their newly bought home.
Hannah. Wait, who's Hannah? Does the journal say anything? Let's go to journal entry. Okay, so nothing like that. Okay.
This is the Ermengarde mansion, right?
I mean, what else could it be?
It is, but...
She pauses, possibly trying to find the right words to fix the awkward situation without offending someone. A few moments have given me enough time to clear my head and make the nervousness and confusion cloud again. Marianne Plus. I still wonder how the hell this relationship tree will play out in the end.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion has already been sold.
What do you mean?
I almost flinch when she turns her gaze on me. I stand my ground. Besides, it isn't like I haven't dealt with awkward situations like this before. I may screw up at times, but that doesn't mean I haven't learned a thing or two in the 5 years I've worked in the business.
The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact. However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal has already been closed for this particular property. If you'd like, my co-agent and me can check with them right now.
She nods, seemingly in deep thought after I finished. She appears to be a reasonable person anyway. Given the proper explanation, she surely understand.
I thought something looked odd when I arrived here. Excuse me, I think I need to make a call to my secretary. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
Nice. Slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. That seems to be the end of it. Both Rose and I breathe a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. Also don't miss the thumbs up she gives me for doing a good job, and I can't help but swell with pride. Still, I haven't already prepared myself to dial the number to her Luxembourg office and check, even if she didn't ask for it. I'll be very frustrated if for some reason something has already been decided without my or Rose's knowledge. That's a whole new level of unfair. I've been working hard with this. Moments later, Miss McCullough returns looking frustrated but with an apology clear in her face. Oh, she's blushing. I feel a little sorry for her having to go through all this trouble.
There seems to have been a little misunderstanding with my client. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay and wait for them here. I was informed they'll be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it'd be a waste to just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet him here.
Certainly. You could stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive. And, Isabella, I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those. Can you please get it for me?
Leaving you two alone with the ghost? I don't think that's such a smart idea. Rose takes a glance at her wristwatch before tossing me a set of keys.
And hurry! We've still got a few minutes to double-check those papers.
Okay, got it.
Alright. Two of them disappear behind the parlor's door. Next. Rose Cooper, along with the woman who introduced herself as Marianne McCullough. I'm already butchering the name. I apologize. Found Isabella Santos lying unconscious in the mansion's foyer before the open house's start. Unable to recall what happened prior, Isabella insisted on working, despite her co-agent's worries about her well-being. The departure brings it with a stillness to keep me company, neither welcoming nor comforting. Alone, like this, it's impossible not to think of what really happened. Wishing the memory isn't as elusive as it normally is. And again, Rose already said she didn't receive any call from me. It was just paranoia? It's a pretty lapse after having heard all those tales about this place. Probably. I want to think of it as such. Better to think of it as such so it can work in peace. Except a small part of my mind begs to differ. If I'm going to be completely honest with myself, I want nothing more than to leave this place as soon as possible. I don't know what's in this house and I don't want to know. The keys Rose have just handed to me and dig into my palm. Its shagged edges creating shallow ridges on my skin, and my heart clutching it. It's a reminder of what I still need to do and why I've taken this job in the first place. Hugging my blazer closer to my body, I exit the house and give what Rose is asking of me. Just a few more hours, Isabella. Sell the house and get the money. What was that? A flock of people have already gathered in the mansion's front yard by the time we officially opened doors. I'm not sure whether I should feel baffled or impressed standing in their presence. Men and women of wealth and status, all dressed in the nines in fancy suits and lovely dresses of varying colors, composed of medium-sized crowds. Their necks, arms, and fingers are adorned with silver and gold, glinting in the afternoon sun. Some even have ridiculously fancy feathered hats on their heads. Who wears feathered hats at this time? Seriously. I really hope there aren't any magpies living nearby like in the story. Those birds. Oh, so right-click can save the game on Mac. We don't have to go to the menu. I have a field day in this. Murmuring among themselves, looking at the estates of Sade, praising them. Some arguing about whose mansion has superior architecture. And there's Rosie. Most of this stops as Rose calls for their attention. Don't look too pleased at being warmed around. What can you do about it? They can shut the fuck up and listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos.
Hey, what's up?
We'll be taking a tour of the mansion in 2 groups. Please make sure you filled up our sign-in forms before joining a specific group.
Those who want to look around the first floor, please follow my partner. I'll be guiding the ones who wish to see the ground floor.
Let's avoid the attic at all costs, shall we? Hearing this, a few wandered to me. They're mostly old ladies who seem daunted at the idea of climbing all those stairs. Okay, Mariana. I think that's Hannah. Damn, who that guy could be. He's definitely not trustworthy, especially from that shot in the anime opening. Sorry, I'm gonna butcher the hell out of her last name. I apologize. Miss McCullough also joins our group, but what really catches my eye is the elegantly dressed pair she approaches.
It's so nice to finally meet you! When Chief Inspector Lee mentioned that a famous interior designer is in town, I knew I had to get you!
Your confidence in my skills is very flattering, ma'am.
She's struggling to keep her professionalism up front.
I'm sure you won't disappoint, Marianne.
Ooh, he has quite the menacing voice.
Oh, you know each other?
Not at all, ma'am.
You mentioned something about a Marianne on our way here, darling?
Oh, yes, I think I did.
Ah, that must be the clients she was talking about. I might have seen their faces somewhere before. Some magazine? Television? Can't quite remember. I'm gonna keep an eye on that blonde dude. I do not like him. Because like I said, when I saw that brief glimpse in the anime opening, it was like crazy on the other side. He has something to hide. But then again, most of our guests have likely ended up on the news one way or another. I won't be surprised if these two already have. For people who are popular enough, they aren't dressed as loudly as the others. In their simplicity, the couple stands out. The one in particular is stunning enough to turn the heads of most people in my group, especially the men with wandering eyes. The guy standing beside her doesn't seem to mind though, and if I'm going to be a bit bolder with my assumptions, I'd say he's basking in the attention. Both of them, in fact. I think they're a brother and sister if it wasn't for the public display of affection. The matching rings in their fingers just admit the fact they are indeed a couple. Whatever. Couple are not what's important is we get the steel closed before the current owners can even think of canceling the listing. I just hope one of those people in my Roses group is brave enough and generous enough to buy this mansion. So with papers in hand, I lead the way. They aren't whispering on themselves, or going ooh and ah, or one thing or another. They ask questions. Okay, what does the journal say this time? Today marked the open house of the infamous Armengardi mansion. Open to the public for the first time in years, Luxembourg more esteemed and prominent personalities gathered to catch a glimpse of the 17th century property, including Luxembourg's most well-known couple, Luke and Hannah Wright. So Hannah is the woman, and Luke is the blonde dude. Okay, I'll remember their names. All right. Wait, do we have any profiles on them? So far, no. Okay. From how the restoration process went to the history of the place, I answered them all. More than happy to talk about the art pieces and architecture, mostly. However, I'm careful not to mention anything about the urban legend. Better not. Now I've got material for sales talk, even if the entire population of Luxembourg knows about it.
Some of the furnishings here are actually the 17th century originals, all of which have undergone a painstaking restoration process just to return its original beauty.
Even the glass thing. Colorful ones. Oh, I don't know, but you get the idea, I hope.
Basis, I think, is the... Or maybe you're talking about that stained glass window. Yeah, I will admit, it looks perfect.
Especially that one, ma'am. It is said to be a gift commissioned by the fiancé of Lady Charlotte Ermengarde.
I think they're talking about this.
The mansion's current owners have specifically requested that the restoration crew take great care in handling it. It's a priceless work of art and the most distinctive feature of the mansion.
I say. By the time I stop talking, her attention is already elsewhere. Has a short attention span, you see.
Isn't this place wonderful, darling? I told you it's not a total waste of your time.
What do you say, Luke?
I don't know. Isn't it a bit too small? We might have to break a wall down to have more room.
Too small? You're just two people. How much room do you need? Seriously, dude.
Well, I think it is just right. Don't you think so, Marianne?
It is splendid, ma'am.
Story updated.
But isn't it a little too early to make plans when no deal has been signed
How
yet?
the hell can this guy look at this mansion and say that it's too small? I mean, if you want to see small, my entire room is small. My mother in the next room has a way bigger bedroom.
Never mind that. It isn't going to be a problem. We've got a wonderful legal team to handle everything. Start taking notes, though. I think I've got a few things I want changed before we move in.
I don't think the ghost will like that either. The rest of the conversation gets lost in chatter about companions. Don't want to make any assumptions yet, but the sheer interest is enough to give me some semblance of hope. Please, please, please let these guys be the one. Eventually, our group reaches the kitchen. Pretty old school, looks like a bar. I don't want to know what's under there. Much like the rest of the house, a great deal of effort has been put into retaining the room's classical appeal. The open hearth at the end of the room in particular looks amazing, the ones I've only seen in fairy tale books. And mad props to the cleaning crew. Seriously, after overhauling hundreds of your complaints about the soot and tar staining the bricks, how much of a pain in the arse cleaning this will be, I still managed to pull this off. Or make it look presentable at least.
The highlight of the room, however, is what's underneath this hatch here.
Do you really want to open it?
Oh, don't say anything yet. An underground wine cellar.
This is the first time the guy in gray speaks up, Mr. Luke Wright. Our memory supplies from the forms they signed earlier. His sudden attentiveness catches me off guard. Since the start of the tour, only his wife has shown him a form of genuine interest in the place. But this time, something lights up in his eyes in the mention of the undercroft. So interesting about a basement. I really don't understand rich people sometimes. Right now, he just gives me the impression of a child who has seen what he absolutely wants for Christmas. I always found it cute whenever I see children act that way, my younger siblings especially. Not a grown man? It's almost funny.
Yes, sir. It could house around 7,000 to 11,000 bottles of wine.
Holy shit! It's like a freaking nuclear bunker down there then. If I can house over 11,000 bottles of wine.
Truly. And the room, how was it built?
The bricks that were used to build the cellar have been carefully picked for the purpose of maintaining and preserving a constant temperature and humidity in the room.
How can you carefully pick bricks? I mean, they're all the same.
It's a good place to keep your private collection in if you have one, sir.
Sounds alright.
It keeps the corks in good condition.
Oh, love. Didn't you say before that you wanted to make your own personal vineyard? Perhaps you could start one here.
You know we're going to need space for that, darling.
And this isn't big enough?
If it's space you're worried about, sir, the Ermengarde mansion sits on a 46-acre lot. There's plenty of room for it.
Nice.
We were told that the original owners had a horse stable built here before, too.
His contemplative expression was to Wright's face, but he doesn't say anything further. His wife, however, seems really pleased that he has started to show interest, if only a little. I smile to myself. I don't completely understand how these people's minds work, but I sure as hell know how to spot a buyer with sincere interest. Score! Can't wait to tell Rose. Most of the tour goes by without hitch. After more than half an hour, we're able to cover almost every room on the ground floor, and we're heading to the parlor. Funny, the first time BRC had to survey the property, I kept complaining to Rose how big it is. Now I can't even bring myself to care no matter how much my feet hurt. I mean, this is just my excitement over a possible sale. Ooh. We reached the parlor, however. Oh, odd feeling washes over me. What is that whispering? It starts off as small goosebumps on my skin, feeling being watched intently. Whispers in my ear and shadows dancing looking in the corner of my vision. Dark silhouettes that are gone when I turn to look. A chill settles down my spine, making me feel sick, and I start breaking out in a cold sweat. Don't tell me the ghost is hiding somewhere here. I can't do this. Let's sit down for a moment. The ladies in the group have been requesting for a break anyway. If I can just...
Excuse me? Everyone? We will be taking a 15-minute rest here before we visit the first floor. In the meantime, please help yourselves to the refreshments and snacks we prepared. If anyone has any questions, feel free to approach me. I'd be happy to help you.
Let them sit while I retreat to a quiet corner to recover. It's not what you think. Don't think about it. It's not what you think. I probably just caught Rebecca's cold. Don't think about it. I left alone for a good while, the same words spilling out of my lips in silent prayer. Until a hand taps my shoulder.
Hello, you there?
Jesus, thanks for breaking tension, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am?
Oh, look at you. Having to show a group around a mansion this big must be exhausting.
I swear to God, if you're gonna make fun of me...
Not a problem, ma'am. I'm just doing my job.
What a hard worker. Anyway, Isabel, right?
Isabella, actually. But yes, what can I help you with, ma'am, right?
Please, just Hannah. Call me Hannah. I just wanted to ask, how soon are we able to move in?
My brain completely stops. The sick feeling plaguing me is suddenly gone, replaced with utter bewilderment. Is this a joke? She looks at me expectantly as I struggle to come up with an answer.
Wait, ma'am, you see, but we haven't even negotiated a price yet, ma'am. We haven't even finished touring the rest of the mansion. A sale would be great and all, but...
She stops me from speaking any further and puts a hand on my shoulder. For a moment, with a tight smile, she looks as if she had tasted a particularly sour lemon.
Oh, please, sweetie, don't insult me. Money is not a problem. And, just between you and me, this place is better off with us than with some old lady who will probably just fill it up with cats.
Hey, a manor full of cats would be awesome. Don't judge.
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with having cats here, ma'am Hannah. I'm sure there's more than enough space here if you want pets.
I agree with her. Perhaps I'm still not feeling well, but really, what's wrong with cats? Cats could drive off like supernatural stuff and such. More importantly, why is she talking about moving in already?
Well, I'm more of a dog person.
That's even better. I mean, I love cats and dogs both. I used to live with a cat and dog for several years.
But you see, this is going to be a gift to my darling. It's going to be our anniversary soon. And it would be so wonderful if you can secure its purchase for us.
And how do you want to do that?
Why, I can even offer something extra if you help us out with the paperwork.
Depends what that extra is.
We actually have a process for this, ma'am. I don't really think that would be necessary or appropriate.
And just what are you two lovely ladies talking about here? leaving me and our lovely interior designer to talk here by ourselves. What would the people think, darling?
Oh, it's just small talk, love. I was asking if she could help me with the paperwork.
I try not to wince when her nails dig into my shoulder. Oh, she is serious about this. I can't help but send an imploring look at Miss McCalla, who only gives an apologetic smile and shrug.
Yeah, I can give you a fact sheet and a form to fill out.
She wastes no time taking the papers from my hand and shuffles through the bunch. Oh man, Rose is going to be so angry at me for letting her do that.
Wonderful. And Marianne, I'd really love to talk to you about those changes. You took some notes earlier, yes?
I did, Mom. But I really hope that this time...
Excellent. Hopefully you can help us out too, Isabel.
Isabella.
Right. It's a lovely name, Isabel.
Isabella!
It's Isabella.
God damn it, this is seriously gonna be one of those kind of rich folk.
Yes, that's great. We'll be more than happy to put in a good word to your superiors too, and what's this?
A look of confusion and disgust appears on her face. Turning to her husband, she merely shrugs in reply. What the hell did she spot there?
That's, an interesting work of art. Not to my taste, though. I'm sorry.
Don't tell me it's the ghost picture. Or at least I
Darling.
think it is.
Buttercup, art is a complete overstatement for this garbage. It looks like a cheap prop from a D-list horror film.
This does not sound good. I'm having a very tough suspicion.
Shush, love. Let the girl do what she pleases with, what do they call this? Oh, forget about it. At the very least, it's not as dreadful as the one art exhibit I was forced to attend last month. You should have seen it, Marianne. Even you would have been appalled.
I hope this won't drive them off.
But I'm sure you'll know what to do with our walls once we get started.
I highly doubt it is as bad as you say, Ma'am. Nevertheless, you can be assured that my team will only pick whatever suits your taste.
Also, I've only noticed now, but the art style, like in that screenshot and the character portraits down there, differentiates slightly. And the gifts, like of characters when you speak to them, also kind of interchangeable. Like almost 3 different art styles at once.
Nothing of this chain letter sort, of course. It has to always work with a palette.
Isn't that chain letter that we saw earlier?
I'm quite sure chain letters these days don't come in this form.
It's my turn to be puzzled. What do they mean? Wasn't I double-checked everything? Or are the papers I handed not enough? I want to ask where I did wrong. I don't want to mess this up. The way Ma'am Hannah's leading the conversation, I'm afraid that's exactly what will happen if I don't interrupt her.
That's good to hear. See, darling, isn't she an absolute delight to work with? I can't wait to see how this place will look when she's done with it.
Oh, you don't have to tell me that, Buttercup.
I smile back on her face when she turns to me and hands me a strange piece of paper.
I would still put it away if I were you, though. Otherwise, people might get the wrong impression. Anyway, as I was saying...
I don't hear the rest of what she says after that. I only stare down at the paper, the letter in my hands. Besides crinkling my grip and breathing Rose labored. Dread quickly fills my mind.
Isabella? Isabella? Are you alright? You're looking pale.
I didn't even notice when Rose's group joined us at the parlor. I want nothing more than to say that no, I'm not alright. I want to leave this place, because I remember everything as clear as day. This letter and that woman in the attic. It's real.
The letter. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Jesus, she's terrified now. Careless, I've been so careless. I don't even tell them that without looking like I've gone mad. Should I even tell them? Oh, god damn it. If I show the letter, they'll think I'm crazy. But if I don't show the letter, it might run into some unforeseen consequences. You know what? I'll trust Rose with this. I'll show it to her. Blur it out before I could think twice about what I'm going to say. Marianne knew.
Rose, we need to get out of here. This place is cursed.
I shouldn't have said that. Now we're going to ruin everything. Rose cast a nervous glance at the people in the room. Rose is still engaged in conversation with her peers, but those curious enough turned their heads in our group's direction and been giving her trademark saleswoman smile. The tight expressions on her face when she pulls me aside.
Isabella, we've already had a conversation about this weeks ago. Those are just stories.
And I'm telling you that it's not. I saw something in there. It's not human at all.
Show her the letter. Maybe she'll believe it then.
I thought it was just nothing, but isn't this letter proof enough?
She gently reaches out to pluck the paper off my hand. Only taking a glance at all, she folds it back neatly.
Look, I'm really getting worried about you. I know you want to see this open house through, but your condition is more important. Give me a few minutes to wrap things up here, and I'll drive you to the nearest hospital.
No! You don't understand! There isn't a condition, Rose. No concussion at all. I'm fine.
This is not gonna go well.
But this place isn't, and you're being stubborn about it.
Oh boy. Probably caught the attention of them at the wrong time. Before Rose could open her mouth for a retort, a hand lands on both of our shoulders, pulling the two of us distance closer.
Now, ladies, what seems to be the problem here?
If we tell you, you probably wouldn't believe us.
Nothing, sir. I just had to clarify a few things with my colleague.
Well, it certainly seems intense.
That's one way to put it.
A smile fits the two of you better, in my opinion.
We have nothing to smile about, especially in a situation like this.
Especially darling little Lily here.
He gives my shoulder a gentle squeeze and a screwable smile spreads across his face.
It's Isabella, sir.
Isabella, get it right, god damn it.
Of course. But my point still stands. And with two beautiful ladies here, I'm sure.
And I'm sure little Lily here would certainly appreciate it if you remove your pretty hands from her, darling.
Pressure on my shoulder lifts as soon as those words leave his wife's lips. The scowl on her face is like a splash of cold water on her. It's also impossible to miss the disbelieved frown on Miss McCall's face. The realization that we might lose the sale because of my outburst instantly dawns on me. I shouldn't have shown her the letter. Fuck! Rose will be beyond pissed.
I think I need to step out for a while. I'll be back.
Bowing my head, I mutter a quick apology and gather my stuff to make a quick exit. It doesn't matter if this place is haunted or not. It causes trouble in Rose and can be quiet and forgiving for behavior like this. Almost at the door when she catches it.
Isabella, wait!
The apprehension must have been quite obvious on my face because her expression instantly shifts to something gentler, eyes softer, and a fond smile spreading on her lips. Okay, I don't know actually what time exactly it is, so I'm gonna save just in case. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna end this video here. That encounter with the ghost. Oh my god. And Hannah and Luke saw the chain letter as well. Well, I think that was a chain letter. It didn't show anything else, possibly what could it be. They got exposed to it, so I think the ghost will haunt them as well. Ooh, this cannot be good. I will show the letter to Rose as well. Oh man, is Rose gonna perish too? I shouldn't have showed that letter. I should have just pocketed it and maybe nothing would happen, but decisions were made and we'll see how the progress and the story will play out. So, without further ado, that's it for this video. Thank you all who watched. And hopefully, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.